The project's trend sound promoter, TSP, had developed, and the income the company expected from the projects that were to be implemented several months after TSP had been established. What are the reasons the anonymous group carried out negative campaigning and deliberately spread negative information to destroy TSP and mud the image of the founders of TSP? Who was behind the anonymous group hackers and planned hacking attacks on company websites? Who was tampering with and manipulating company merchant services for credit card processing and company banks until the banks blocked the company accounts and eventually caused the full distraction of the company? What are the reasons the law enforcement authorities did not investigate the real culprits after multiple reports made by TSP company counselor and other attorneys representing the company as well as the company website developers? Why are the anonymous groups and hackers being sheltered and are not mentioned in the official accusation documents while only founders of the company are being accused of alleged wrongdoing? Reasons for the TSP and its project's collapse. An anonymous group engaged in strategic planning of negative campaign and mudslinging against TSP cultivated the Ponzi scheme image for the company and painted the image of the founders as fraudsters and lawbreakers through hacking attacks on all the TSP portals and creation of the false information online via blogs, via social media, and personal contacts of TSP partners and IPDs. In about 3 months after the company was established, the mudslinging group started its destructive activities on the internet. The members of this anonymous group wrote and optimized their made-up false and derogatory topics on the internet search engines to damage the company's reputation and destroy credibility of company founder and his wife. They primarily aimed to undermine and completely stop all sales of any and all services or products related to TSP and TSP partners and advertisers by destroying trust of the public through their newly created image of the company and its owners by spreading false allegations that the company is supposedly scamming people, and the founders are known scammers with allegedly multiple convictions. Distributors who purchased music packages were the first to feel the negative impact of the anonymous mudslinging group's activities. Independent distributors, promoters, IPDs repeatedly called and wrote to TSP support, stating that these smear stories on the internet have tremendously affected their licensed music sales and present the company and its products and services in a negative light. Multiple vicious topics raised doubt in targeted customers, causing them accordingly to refuse purchasing of the product and service sales and causing them to stay far away from such companies. The promoters asked TSP to promptly take measures and remove negative information from the internet. The company tried to do so legally, applying the TSP lawyers and marketers as well as reputation companies. The lawyers applied to law enforcement authorities, FBI and police. Also, the company's representatives tried to invite authorities to a meeting with lawyers and company representatives to discuss their possible misunderstanding of the business model and other points of interest. But this later only caused derisive responses and threats towards the company from the anonymous group. They bluntly wrote that they strive to shut down the business and put its leaders in prison for allegedly all the wrongdoings. The reason for this aggression was unclear. The company managed to reveal one real person involved in fabricating false information about the company and posting it on a Facebook page to which he invited TSP IPDs. TSP filed suit against this person, expecting to clear things up and hoping it will stop these criminal actions, including hacking attacks against the company. The company and all the promoters had high hopes that the lawyers and the government law enforcement involvement would help with stopping this group, remove false and derogatory information, and the business will continue forward and all the projects would start launching as planned. However, surprisingly, the law enforcement authorities did not provide even the slightest response and support to the company. The anonymous group did not settle, but, on the contrary, raised its pressure on everyone who was even in the slightest way connected to the company. Founders, promoters, the company's customers, partners, advertisers, and affiliates. They started to threaten company IPDs with jail time of up to 15 years. Somebody acted as a credible authority and wrote emails to company partners pressuring them to stop doing any business with TSP, claiming that they will soon shut the company down. People started to get really worried, and some distanced themselves from TSP for that reason. Due to hacker attacks and a host of false advertised information from this mudslinging group, the company's programmers, marketers, as well as PR managers were forced to delay the launch of most of TSP's scheduled projects. Some projects, however, were set up and launched, but not in their final versions, since the company programmers had to work around the clock to beat off a flood of hacking attacks coming at the website from multiple locations and places, and restore the functionality while building custom security on top of the security the company had in place after these attacks. The group was very persistent at contacting all the people and businesses that were doing business with TSP. They offered them to stop cooperating with the company before it's too late, since the company is allegedly fraudulent and the leader has 11 convictions, which in reality was false and misleading information, as these people knowingly used it to detract people to do any business with TSP. If someone tried to contradict people from this anonymous group, they threatened IPDs and partners by directing them to the well-written slanderous articles about how allegedly there are so many people that the company had scammed already that they would be next. After this, some partners, financial companies, and advertising providers cut ties with the company to protect their own reputation. As you can see, the attackers were vicious, and under such pressure, any person or company can be destroyed if such attacks are not stopped in a legal way. The question everyone asked was, why did the government authorities ignore the high-powered lawyer's appeal on behalf of the company and didn't investigate who was carrying out illegal activities against the lawful business, which was represented by legal counsels, CPA, multiple accountants, PR team, marketing strategists, and developers that communicated with each other on ways to stop these attacks? Why was the anonymous negative campaign group so bold? Why did public judicial documents and allegations that the prosecutor's office accused the company founders have nothing about these attacks? If the company was fraudulent, why no counsel, attorney, or accountants told founders about that? It is evident that no one from the professional team viewed the company in that way. The dirty reputation was created by the mysterious anonymous group. Later, after this group succeeded in destroying the TSP company, the prosecutor's office charged the TSP owners, accusing the founders of the TSP Corporation of TSP collapse and multiple frauds. When getting into the allegations' details, it comes as a surprise that the prosecutor's office uses, in its accusatory language, the same type of language and same statements that were present in the negative stories posted by the anonymous group during its negative campaign against TSP on various portals online. Accusation documents from the prosecutor's office have no evidence that the negative campaign group and hacking attacks contributed to the distraction of TSP. There is absolutely no mention of any sort to this matter. They blame only the founders of TSP, supposedly carrying out some sneaky campaign, supposedly unknown to everyone to make TSP collapse, completely ignoring the fact that the legal counsel, accountants, developers, and marketing strategists were developing the company and overseeing all operations alongside the founders. It is unclear why, and at the same time very concerning, that the investigation is built on presenting the foundation as scammers and turning a blind eye on legal counsels and other professionals that worked daily in the company daily operations and were getting paid substantial for their professional work month after month. So what projects was TSP developing and launching? There were 5 main projects in addition to the licensed music, which IPDs were given 1-year license to after purchasing a product package, studio services, and other various services and products that the company and its partners also had to offer through the TSP platform. The 5 main projects could yield TSP multi-million-dollar profit. This is enough to understand what income the company could have, and that, having these income possibilities, it would never commit forced bankruptcy, which was forced by the anonymous hacker groups as it appears was planned and carried out by someone's orders. The only question is, why was it done against the company? What are the motives or reasons? One of the company's projects is AdMarket and AdMarket List, a platform, website, and later on an app, which was in development similar to OfferUp or Let Go, where people could post their advertisements about their goods for sale and/or services. AdMarket advertising services are for companies of any size and from any industry. People could advertise their goods or services among AdMarket List platform users and also post advertising banners of the desired dimensions and format for a fee on the AdMarket site of the platform. Expected income. A. Income from affiliate companies. B. Classified ads and posts with goods and services. C. Banner ads. This project is similar to projects currently well known, companies such as OfferUp and Let Go, Craigslist, and Groupon. By looking at the income statistics of these companies, it's easy to see in what period of their development they reached such high income results. By checking the project's design and functionality, anyone can appreciate the professional quality of AdMarket and AdMarket List's design and functionality that was developed by TSP developers. It was brilliant and easy to use. Someone clearly understood that if this project were to continue developing and take off, it would yield a great income, which would bring TSP high returns. There is an understanding that it is why hackers also attacked this project on the internet and whipped it several times, scaring away registered users to stop all the development, and as a result to show that TSP had nothing going on in terms of the income. Examples of similar companies' income. OfferUp revenue. OfferUp's estimated annual revenue is currently $69.5 million per year. Craigslist revenue. Craigslist makes annual revenue of over $1 billion. Groupon revenue. As of 2020, the Daily Deal website's annual revenue amount is $1.4 billion in US dollars. TS Music Catalog. The catalog allowed any author-performer that came on board achieve worldwide recognition and become successful in promoting his or her work. It could also enable them to create various announcements regarding tour schedules and other planned activities on short notice. Why was TS Music Catalog so effective, and what benefit were available to the artists? Registration and placement of albums and singles on Music Catalog free of charge. Artists are able to set their own prices. Artists get to keep 80% of their total net value of all music sold. Catalog marketing and promotion is accomplished via specially organized trips, meetings, and events, as well as online promotion. Aside from other marketing and media publicity, the music catalog was to be promoted daily by thousands of TSP independent promoter, distributors, IPDs. TSP IPDs could not only become one of the first customers on TS Music Catalog, but potentially also fans of artists' work. Independent promoters operated in many countries such as the USA, Canada, Australia, France, Italy, England, Germany, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, Moldova, Armenia, etc. Their wide network of friends, colleagues, relatives, and clients would see and hear artists' work on the website, as IPDs were paid to share all TSP projects as part of their daily work. TS Music Catalog income. A. Income from sales of registered independent artists selling their music. 80% of all net sales went to the artist, and 20% went to the TS Music Catalog revenue. B. Income from sales of advertising space on the catalog website. This project was unique in its model and had no analogs when it comes to convenience and functionality of its site for the musicians and artists trying to sell their works. Examples of similar projects are iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify and Apple Music. By looking at statistics of not even the largest and most successful catalogs, everyone can see quite high income, which the TS Music catalog could also have. Furthermore, the catalog's PR manager had already worked a deal with TuneCore, the largest distributor for iTunes, Amazon Music, etc., which could work with TS Music and take TS Music catalog as one of their online distributors to sell its multi-million-dollar independent musicians base. It would be considered successful and a chance to become one of the most popular catalogs in the world with time. Examples of income. Spotify generated a revenue of over 7.88 billion euros, up from 6.76 billion in the previous year. Amazon Music, 25 billion. The Amazon Music services help in increasing the attraction of Prime memberships and also builds a strong revenue stream for this segment. The trailing 12-month revenue in the subscription segment reached 25 billion in the last quarter, March 12, 2021. TuneCore, 1.09 billion. From over 108.7 billion downloads and streams since inception. IECC, International Connection Center. The project connects people from all parts of the world who are looking for work, employees, business projects, investors, or sponsors. It can help anyone to find unique solutions to his or her challenges and improve the financial situation. Expected income. A. From the sales of the memberships starting at $20 a month. B. From sales of advertising space on the platform. This project is also unique in its convenience and functionality. IECC is similar to Fundboard, Monster, Startup, and other similar projects. Examples of income. Fundboard's estimated annual revenue is currently 57.5 million per year. Monster revenue from the quarter ending March 31st, 2021 was 1.244 billion, a 17.11% increase year over year. MyETrend, marketplace store. A multi-sided international online store with a large selection of products. MyETrend is a place where sellers and buyers connect. Detailed descriptions and customer feedback is provided next to each item. Advertise on MyETrend to successfully promote the business. Expected income from A. From memberships and various options available for sellers for creating and using their store on myetrend.com. B. Percentage fee from all sales. C. The promoter earns 5% of the cost of the product if someone bought through the promoter referral. Example. How does it work? Sellers sell glasses for $20. If someone bought these glasses through a TSP advertisement or through the promoter, TSP gets automatically 10% of the product value. If the purchase was made through the promoter only, the promoter receives an automatic from TSP at 5% of the cost of the product, thus earns both TSP and the promoter. D. Income from sales of advertising space on the marketplace. This project is similar to the eBay, Amazon, Alibi, Etsy functionality and performance. At the same time, it had its own unique promotion strategy and also convenient features set for sellers and purchasers. Similar online stores are in great favor and bring multi-million dollars in annual revenue. TSP intended to launch this project in July of 2013. However, due to hacking attacks and the majority of the company's representatives' attention being delegated to dealing with constant attacks on TSP and everyone who was doing business with the company, it was forced to delay substantially, which was the goal of the anonymous group all along, to not allow for these projects to be completed and show that TSP was nothing but a scam with no real plans for bringing real income. Examples of similar marketplaces' annual income. eBay Inc. The gross value of goods sold on eBay's U.S. marketplace grew 22.1% to $37.53 billion in 2020, from $30.74 billion a year prior in 2014. In 2012, the online auction and selling websites' net revenue amounted to almost $14.07 billion US dollars. Amazon's fiscal Q4 2014 earnings reportings were $29.33 billion in revenue. Etsy Inc. is an American e-commerce company focused on handmade or vintage items and craft supplies. Revenue US $603.7 million, 2018. Number of employees 1,240, 2019. Website Etsy.com. Twitless search engine. The system was designed to search for information, services, and products. People could compare information between Google search engine and Twitless search engine. The price of contextual advertising placement, similar to AdSense on Twitless for the customers, would have been a lot cheaper than on Google. The Twitless search engine allowed for the user to see the comparison in two parallel windows, with Google on the left and Twitless on the right side of the window. How technically was this supposed to work? The system was developed taking into account the work of the promoter in placing the contextual ad on the Twitless portal through their account. The Twitless contextual ads were developed and created by marketing experts. Each contextual ad had its own category. Each category was in context and tied in the information advertised by the advertiser. Accordingly, people who were looking for something in the given category could click on the link and go to the advertiser's site. Contextual ads were to be uploaded to the promoter's distributor's work office account for placement on the Twitless platform as part of their daily promotional work. As soon as the contextual ad was posted, the system would automatically forward the account to Twitless and the contextual ad will be placed directly in the Twitless system with the respective category. What is the effect of the promoter posting daily contextual ads to promote TSP projects developed by TSP and ads paid by advertisers and partners? A. Daily updated product advertising. B. Search engine Twitless would get organic traffic that gives optimization in search engine systems online. C. High traffic on Twitless search engine would allow for great potential in the ability of bringing high revenue from advertisers who would be placing ads and banners for a fee. D. TSP would bring high returns from placing contextual ads in many respective categories based on customers' demand. This project was developed with a unique strategy, convenient for clients, customers, and advertising providers. TSP intended to launch it in August of 2013. However, due to the same anonymous group activities, programmers were forced to delay the project completion. Similar projects income statistics. DuckDuckGo. At this rate of 30% annual growth, and based on their business model, in 5 years they will reach an annual revenue of $150 million. One Search's estimated annual revenue is currently $6.8 million per year. Wiki. Revenue US $127.2 million in 2020, $122.1 million in 2019. Bing. The company brought in revenue of $7.74 billion from search advertising in the 2020 fiscal year. Yahoo, an American web service provider. Revenue $5.17 billion. Yahoo made over $5 billion in revenue for 2016. TSP Mini Store. This online store was created for promoters and distributors, IPDs. Through their online store, they could sell any music purchased with a copyright reselling license from any musician. Also, through this mini catalog, the distributor could sell all the services and products advertised on the TSP platform. Each mini catalog was linked to a distributor's number in TSP. Thus, when selling a product or service through this mini catalog, the sales commission was automatically calculated and added to this distributor account. This mini catalog was a very effective tool for the distributor, since the IPD could sell in this way both digital products, such as music tracks, and physical services and goods. Expected income from A. Revenue from all music sales, 20% of any sale. B. Revenue from audio CD music collection. C. Income from house and partner goods and services. Sound T Studios. TSP had an agreement with studios for the sale of all services and products, including licensed music, which any distributor could purchase for resale through obtaining copyrights for it via license for 1 year that came with the package on TSP website. Expected income from 1. Revenue from audio production and video production. 2. Revenue from partners' media group projects. 3. Revenue from audio production and video production of the events. 4. Income from studio ticket site. Service MyWaz. The view of advertisers posted ads on IPDs. A video advertisement or advertiser's website is uploaded to the promoter's online work office, and the promoter views it as part of daily work. Promoters could share ads with their circle through their network if they found the product or service valuable. What does the client get? A. Exposure of the product or service to the IPDs, which could be shared. B. Get real traffic from real people viewing the ad and possible sales. D. Revenue to TSP from various advertising MyWaz packages to clients. The customer puts his ad for a view one time. 500 views, $20. 1,000 views, $50. This service was also unique, and the many companies that wanted to present their products or services to independent promoters and distributors were interested in it as it could bring a big exposure to their products or services from people who TSP IPDs could reach because of personal connections. For example, a customer has his own tour company. He wants to show his products or services to independent promoters. Thousands of people worked with TSP. For a small cost of a single-use service, starting from $20, the customer could show TSP promoters his services or products that could possibly pique interest in some distributors and convert to sales. After the service had launched, the company saw that it had a good demand until the hackers started blocking the finance payment systems such as company merchant services and placed fraudulent credit card payments to trigger the security of the banks and financial systems who provided services to TSP. Every single service TSP was launching was attacked from every side, and the company's attorneys reported this, but unfortunately, with no success. The anonymous group was aggressive and determined to destroy the company's services and all projects at all costs. TSP partners, services, and products. TSP also successfully negotiated cooperation and various deals with companies that, for example, do business in selling tours, installing security systems, the companies that are engaged in marketing products, and various services that like the idea and power of independent promoters. Those companies were pleased to do business with TSP since they saw the real success strategy of promotion through promoters, distributors, and through multiple TSP platforms. Expected income. Revenue from sales of TSP partners, services, and products. The anonymous hacker group constantly monitored all the companies that became TSP partners and was quick to turn them away as much as possible. In many instances, these companies would receive threats and negative links from within a matter of days after the announcement of a new partner. They would demand to stop doing any business with the TSP company. The people from this mysterious anonymous group were bold, aggressive, and acted with authority according to the communications with partners. The partners also sent the company a lot of screenshots of these threatening emails. If the partner dared to ignore them and continue to do business with TSP, the hackers would attack these companies, mock them online, and hack their company's website to prove they can do anything if the partner refused to follow their recommendations and continued to do business with TSP. It is almost unreal that such a scale of attacks is ignored by the investigation and company founders, who were fighting these attacks until the last breath of the company's existence, are framed as criminals. As everyone can clearly see from the anonymous group's activities, it did everything to set up the company and its founders for failure and subsequent bankruptcy, and later bring charges against them, which was exactly their initial goal. To date, no one knows what the real reason for the cruelty was, and most importantly, who and why ordered the destruction of the business. Each project developed by TSP was unique, profitable, and effective. TSP had real income opportunities. The specialist and professional companies developed these projects. They were greatly experienced in marketing and programming. These companies were sure that these projects would be successful and highly profitable. It came as a surprise for TSP that someone started viciously attacking it on the internet to destroy the entire TSP project and put its founders in very unfortunate circumstances. Currently, the attackers destroyed not only this wonderful project that could be really beneficial, but also the reputation of the founders, putting them through mud of false accusations and allegations, painting them as criminals and scammers, when in reality, the founders never had any criminal records and were good citizens. Moreover, the prosecutor's office only brought charges against the company founder and his wife, who had already been sentenced to imprisonment out of court by being persuaded to take at least some blame upon herself to supposedly mitigate the risk for her as a mother of 2 young children. The anonymous negative campaign group and hackers not only destroyed the company, but also managed to frame the founders as guilty criminals of this while staying on the sidelines and being unnoticed by society and justice. The crimes that this anonymous mudslinging group committed should be brought to light, be known by the public, and legally punished, as many people were hurt and some families were destroyed as a result of their smearing and disgusting campaign. Unfortunately, it is a known fact that many companies become victims of such contracted pirate attacks that blatantly take their goals and take freedom from innocent people. The anonymous frauds are still at liberty and not reachable for justice, or at least some. The Trend Sound Promoter history was written based on real events, which happened from 2013 to 2021.